Hello YouTube, Jailbait here with a update on the Klackon playthrough of Master of Orion. Now, as we started this, I had mentioned that Master Orion is currently in its alpha stage. Alpha means that there's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of things that they're constantly improving on, touching up, rebalancing, polishing. Um, as it stands, the game is very polished right now. However, because of that state of things, we've hit a rather, I'd say, monumental snag in our Klackon playthrough. I just figured this out today, but when I came in to load my game, like so, I went to our last save of the Klackons, and when I tried to load it up, I got this. The file appears to be from a different version of the game. Okay, that happens, right? However, currently there's no way to recover a saved file um, and convert it to the newer thing. There's been so many changes in this last kind of super patch that you just can't, I guess, convert the old saves to the new. And so it's something that it's a bit unfortunate. I wish that we could find a way to do it, and I will try and see if I can maybe get a way to either get the game version back to a previous build or find some way to update our save game. But until then, unfortunately, our Klackon playthrough is going to have to come to an end. I'm fairly confident, though, that we were in a really good spot to pretty much conquer the galaxy. The only problem I foresaw was the Mechlons, because they had that huge they had a huge army. They had a huge amount of systems like us, and so we were the two powerhouses, and it would have come down to us versus them. However, I feel fairly confident we would have been able to take them in the long run because we simply had a huge tech advantage over them. Our missiles were more potent. We were able to do any anti-missile stuff that they might have thrown at us if they were beams. I think we would have been able to take out significant numbers of their ships before they got within beam range to still have won most engagements, unless we were horribly outnumbered. And so I feel really good about where the Klackon campaign was going. I was at the point there where we were pretty much assured of victory, barring any cataclysmic failing or result there. So I'm sad to see this campaign not finished, because I love the Klackons. I love how they've done things. I think we were really building up a very strong society there. But unfortunately, that's kind of how the way it goes in some alphas. I haven't checked with other YouTubers to see if this is the same with them as well, if they're running into this same problem. But it's somewhat expected in an alpha game, right? If it was a beta, I'd be maybe a little bit more like, hey guys, come on. Because beta is we're just ironing out the last little bugs before we release it to the public. But in an alpha, there's so many things changing, and usually they're on the scale of really large content changes that I can see how save games can be at a point where you just cannot transfer one save game to the next. So for now, we are going to put the Klackon playthrough on hold until, like I said, either I can get the save converted over to the new version of the game, or maybe find a way to get the game reverted. That being said, however, this is not going to be the end of Master of Orion, because in this kind of latest big patch, what they added was Darlocks and Silicoids. And as I may have mentioned, I am a Darlock fan. I think the Darlocks are the coolest race. Okay, get off that. We'll listen to that probably later, but I am going to be starting a Darlock playthrough of Master of Orion. I have been a fan of the Darlocks ever since they first started. It was always very intriguing to me to go about winning or doing a good kind of galactic domination aside from the whole just let's conquer everyone. The idea of spying for technology, spying to sabotage things, and weaken the enemy from within type deal has really always appealed to me as a method of asserting control and domination, kind of controlling from the shadows, that type of thing. So we will be starting a Darlock campaign very soon. Uh, probably going to put that up tomorrow or the day after, because I'd like to play a few episodes and get a few of those locked down. Again, I still am in the last 2 weeks of my college semester. That's when there's studies for tests and finals and all that kind of stuff. So I want to get a good amount of content recorded up here in the next day or two so that I can kind of put that on the back burner while I focus on my school here, but still have content for you guys. But that will come later. Like I said, I'm hoping to start the Darlock campaign probably tomorrow or Thursday. As far as getting videos, not Thursday. Thursday. Either. So I guess at the very latest, we'll have the Darlock campaign start on Thursday. Mostly because I have a test on Wednesday. But it's going to be epic. I hope. The Darlock is the race that I have been hoping for the most, and I think it's one of those races where now that spying is in the game and all that sort of thing, it's something that really needs to be tested well to make sure that it's done correctly. Because too many times in the past, spying has been kind of an underrated strategy and an underrated tactic. And not just underrated, but underdeveloped by game makers in general. It's very hard to think of games that do it to its full potential, I feel. And I feel partly it's because it's very strong. There's a reason why every major country in our world has spy agencies, because spying is almost a necessary entity to stay even and to stay on top as a world power. And so I think in a game situation, it can come over to be too strong. And so to avoid that, I think game developers have kind of backed off of it and kept it kind of as a secondary, kind of minor element. But I'm really hoping that in Master of Orion, when you have a race whose literally their entire focus is just spycraft, I hope that they do it in a way where you can win a game purely based on spying efforts. And so I'm hoping to see that. I hope you've enjoyed our time with the Klackons. I have certainly. There's been a couple of snafus. We had to replay a couple turns a couple times. Bit of alpha woes there as well. That's kind of like the summary of our Klackon playthrough was alpha woes. We had a few problems there, but that's to be expected in an alpha. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the series as much as I did playing it. Again, I hope to continue it or possibly renew it at some point in the future. But until the next time, wait patiently, and we will have a Darlock campaign coming up very soon. I love you guys. You guys have been awesome. The support, please tap the like button on all the videos that you've watched so far. It really helps me get it out there, get it distributed to other people to view, and leave comments. I would love to hear from you guys, your thoughts, your opinions, anything you have to say. I want to hear it, good, bad, ugly, because it does nothing but make me grow as a YouTuber and as someone who provides content for you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed the series, and until next time, I've been Jailbait. You guys live free, game hard.